What invention has done more harm than good? Popcorn ceiling. Some of the older ones have asbestos in it too, so keep that in mind if you have a roof leak or ceiling damage. Polygraph test. Even its inventor John Larson regrets his invention upon realizing how law enforcement would exploit the average citizen with it. Didn't he try and get the test abolished for law enforcement use? He did. He referred to it as his own Frankenstein's monster. As a public service announcement, in case anyone does not know, polygraph tests do not work. They are used as a law enforcement intimidation tactic, and that is it. They are not able to accurately detect anything. It is almost always in your best interests to refuse to take one. It cannot help you and it can hurt you. And more fundamentally, all of us should stop pretending that they work, because they have been repeatedly shown to not work. Those plastic containers that are like crimped plastic stitch welded around the entire edge, and it's super thick plastic that will slice your shit open. Rep rage, also called package rage, is the common name for heightened levels of anger and frustration resulting from the inability to open packaging, particularly some heat-sealed plastic blister packs and clamshells. In Germany, the vendors are responsible for taking back excess packaging. They have been doing this since the 1970 because they just don't have the space we used to have to bury their plastic waste. Note, we have run out of landfill space now. I worked for Abbott Labs in the 1980 and was sent to our Germany operation to transfer some manufacturing technology. Abbott makes a lot of medical parts and devices from plastics. Even after being used and now contaminated with human bodily fluids, Abbott has to take back every piece of plastic, boxing and wrapping it uses to ship their products and pay for its recycling. It has put the onus for creativity on the companies and it works. Companies like Abbott, Merck, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Nestle have been fighting this kind of legislation in the USA because it will cut into their profits. But the truth is they know what to do to minimize waste and landfill pollution. It can be done. Credit card scores. Hi, yes, can I purchase car? Do you have credit? No, I have been using cash to buy things. Then sorry, no. Must have credit. Okay, can I apply for some credit then? Sorry, we can't give you credit because you have no history of credit. Those low-flow toilets that result in you wasting more water because you have to flush it multiple times to get it to take a log down. Best solution I have seen is a toilet with two buttons, one for a half flush and one for a full flush. The 24-hour news cycle. At a certain point, reporting facts stopped being the primary goal of such channels. Instead, they report whatever will keep viewers watching. Works okay for a 30 minutes news segment, but with 24 hours, that ends up over sensationalizing every little story. Rigged claw machines. Like seriously, F-word you, I just want my Squidward plush. Coffee pods. Even the creator deeply regrets his invention and the environmental impact it has had. Data mining and ad delivery services disguised as social media. Cigarettes. Those things ruined my life. I don't smoke them anymore and have had to resource to other things. Peer pressure and wanting to fit in is an asshole. Cigarettes are assholes. I stopped smoking like 5 years ago and still think about them almost every day. It is unreal. Cigarettes are a huge problem in my country, Italy, and it's scary how normalized smoking is. Sometimes I feel like a freak for not smoking. Kills more people than accidents, suicides and murders combined. Look it up. I watched my grandma slowly die when I was 16. She smoked 3 packs a day and was too addicted to quit. She was only 64 and she was sleeping in with an oxygen tank and an oxygen mask. That was enough to keep me from smoking. Pop-up ads. Think of all the malware and viruses that people have fallen victim to because of pop-up ads. Plus they are just annoying. Even the inventor of them apologized for creating them. Slot machines. Once you get a taste of winning some money back, it gets eaten up in no time. You might think you can beat the system, but that's how they suck you in and take you for all you are worth. These things are rigged to pay out when a lot of money has been fed into them, so you have to be extremely lucky to get the big jackpot. One of my friends won on their first time and now she is completely addicted. She has lost thousands of dollars to gambling, but I don't know why people like that still think they are going to get lucky again. If slot machines was profitable to the average person, then they would be extinct by now. High fructose corn syrup. If you look at the obesity epidemic worldwide, the invention of HFCS, and Reagan's farm bills which made massive overfarming of corn a thing in the US, all of these things begin at the same point. Cheap HFCS leads to it being used as an easy way to improve flavor, which leads to higher than average caloric content for the same food, which equals fatter humans. We can add palm oil to the agriculture category and Roundup. Social networking. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Individually packaged foods and snacks. I work at a grocery store and it's abhorrent to me how much crap there is and how well it sells. I mean, Christ. Yesterday I stocked Nutella to-go packs that are Nutella with pretzel sticks. They are tiny and come in small plastic tubs. Or those large bags of Reese's cups that come individually wrapped. Or these ridiculous one-ounce bags of freeze-dried fruit that we sell, which are absurdly popular, especially for how relatively expensive they are at $3 a bag. I get that plastic itself isn't bad, but this is egregious to me, especially with how much my generation, I am 34, has had overuse of landfills drilled into our skulls. It's not a good thing in America, but I was blown away with how bad it is in like Japan. They package, repackage, and triple package so many of their little snacks and things. It seems like every good over there makes twice as much plastic waste as anywhere else. Asbestos, now people are getting rid of it. Added, just found out it was used naturally mined, but the mass production has either slowed or banned. Even the city of asbestos get rid of its name. Soft close toilet seats. Either all toilets should have them or none should. The current roulette is distressful. Reality TV. I listened to a podcast recently that explained how reality TV really exploded during the writers' strike. Networks realized how cheap it was to make, so continued with it. The podcast included an interview with a director who said the show he worked on ruined his marriage. He would come home angry and depressed every day. So many people are saying plastic, which blows my mind. Do people really have no idea how extremely useful plastic is? Yeah, it's so much more nuanced than plastic, bet. I remember reading a thing about how plastic utterly revolutionized many things for physically disabled people by making tools for them lighter, cheaper, and easier to produce. With 3D printing, this is especially true. In my opinion, we just need alternative sources for plastic, better recycling, and safer use of them that prevents shedding of microplastics. There is a happy medium to be found. Methamphetamine. At least it gave us Breaking Bad. Makes truck drivers and athletes more efficient. It's medically refined, and microdosed cousins have done wonders for ADHD though. The two-party political system. Those plastic recorders we all learned to play in 5th grade. Windows 8. Amazon. Lot of small retailers close the doors permanently because of the greedy giant. Amazon also keeps a lot of small businesses, mine included, afloat. The same thing cannot be said about Walmart. Facebook. It was a Pandora's box, but we didn't realize it until a decade later. The war on drugs. Green Lantern, wasted to precious hours for millions of people. Even Ryan Reynolds regrets doing it. Vape. My husband died suddenly and alone last year, age 39, due to vape. Our daughter was too. He was trying to give up cigarettes for her. He thought vaping was safer, and basically dropped dead one day due to acute nicotine toxicity. Twitter, despite little amount PF population using it, still brought a toxic culture to the world. We didn't need to hear about every people's opinions. Bitcoin, basically eating up resources and polluting for nothing. The cotton gin, yeah, it alleviated the work of slaves, but it catapulted the demand for slavery, and some historians note it as one of the causes of the American Civil War. Soda, sugary drinks. Drinking sugar drinks contributes to obesity, diabetes, and other diseases. Yet it's available everywhere you go, and cheap to buy. It also does not help that soda in aluminum cans are lined with BPA that can cause high blood pressure, and soda is also packaged in plastic bottles that also contain BPA, which can enter the bloodstream and cause cancer. If the sugary drinks don't get you first, the packaging will. Thanks for watching. Share your opinion in the comments. Please support the channel by liking and subscribing. It will help a lot.